Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check.
Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 25, the last one of this Season 3. We're gonna end the season right now together, guys. I just watched the 2 last episodes. If you want to see my reaction videos, my thoughts, you know, my reactions during these 2 last episodes, I'm gonna put the links into the eye. I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for My Hero Academia, just in case you want to rewatch all of my reaction videos into the chronological order. Guys, I don't know what to expect about this final episode, like truly, I don't know. It's weird, you know, like for this final episode, what can we have? I knew that we wouldn't have an attack made by the League of Villains which would last, you know, for these 3 final episodes of the season. I knew that we would have an entire episode for the confrontation, the conversation between Deku and Bakugo about Deku's quirk, revealing the truth about it and all, and that was so great, that was amazing, that was so emotional, way more than I thought, with Bakugo crying, confessing that he feels guilty for All Might losing his quirk, that he feels weak, all of that. Like really, I cried during this episode. So I knew that we would have one entire episode about it, even if I didn't know that it would be like that. I thought that maybe we would have an attack made by the League of Villains, but not an attack like we're gonna fight for an entire episode, but more like an attack made by the League of Villains to send a message. I think that for the League of Villains, if I would be a member of the League of Villains, you know, I would be really the one in charge of the communication of this organization, and I would be like, okay guys, for people right now, we have our master who was just arrested. They think maybe that we are a little weaker. Okay, they lost All Might, but they have still Andover and all of these heroes. It's the right time to make a big action, not to fight heroes and stuff like that. We're not there yet, we still need to recruit people and all, but we need to make a big action, like to send a message, the fact that even if they arrested our master, we are still there, we want to do bad stuff, but for good reason. Remember Stain, all of that. We have to remind everyone that we are fighting for Stain ideas. Is it true or not? We don't care about it. Like, we have to go for it, for that, to send a message, to do something big, really big, but really quick, just to send a message. Can it be maybe by releasing our master? Like, is it possible, do you think, to attack that jail, to release our master? Or something else, guys, I don't care, but something like that. Like, really, put me in charge of the communication, you know, of this organization. I would make it shine like that. For sure, I don't want that. I don't want to be in charge of their communication, and I don't want for them to do it, but I think that if they are doing it, something like that right now, it would be so good for them, because right now people have doubts, you know. People saw what happened, All Might fighting that guy, All Might getting weaker, his real appearance. People, you know, they are losing up a little, they have Andover, but they don't appreciate him. They can see that villains are out and they are really expressing themselves, you know, stealing a lot, doing a lot of bad stuff. Not only villains from the League of Villains, but also random villains, and they are doing it in an organized way, you know, with groups. We met a lot of them during the first half of the previous episode, and I was so surprised about it, because for sure it was surprising, you know, to meet all of these villains suddenly. We saw that Dabi eliminated a lot of them, like, no, you're not good enough to be into our organization. I think that if I would be into the League of Villains, you know, in charge of the communication. I think that me and Dabby, we would work well, you know. Him in charge of the human resources, me in charge of the communication, like, we would be like that. But yes, eliminated all of them because they were not good enough for being a part of the League of Villains. But we saw that other villains are organized, like the Reservoir Dogs team, like also the team of Bird Guy. I don't know how to name him, we didn't have his name, but I said it, I think that we're gonna see him again because he was presented in a certain way, like it's gonna be important for the future, we're gonna see him again. But I don't think that he's a part of the League of Villains, I just think that he's a good villain, you know, who is out there, who is doing his stuff as villain, you know, like something like that. We had also some things about the background of Twice, that guy who can make clowns. During the attack of the summer training camp, we saw him making clowns, but of other people. And in fact, he could make clowns of himself, but he already tried, and that was really not great enough. It ended with all of them saying that they are the original one, and all of them killing each other, and only him surviving, not knowing if he is the original one. That, it has to be so bad. And the fact that he has this voice into his mind, you know, at some point I thought that maybe it could be a telepathic thing, maybe someone else is into him, maybe the master or something like that. But at the same time, when he's putting his mask, he doesn't have that voice anymore, he's one. That's what he said, so I'm not sure of it, like, I don't know. But that was interesting to meet all of these villains, and I hope that we're gonna continue with that during this final episode, because like I said, it's the final episode, I want something big to happen. Like, for sure, I love to spend time with our guys, you know, our students, but right now, they're back in school. Midoriya is back in school, you know, after doing, you know, all of his punishment because he fought with Bakugo. Bakugo is not back yet. I think that he's just taking his time, you know, to make that letter of apologies. Bakugo making apologies. He's taking his time, you know, to write it. But yes, Deku is gonna be back. They're talking about these activities that they can do outside of school, and just right there, the big three were presented to them, these good students, you know, from the 3-year, you know, like, class. One who tried to talk with Deku before, who is looking a lot like Tintin. Again, I don't know if you know him, maybe it's Tintin or something like that, Into Your Country, I don't know, I'm gonna put his picture right there. Someone with a round face, blonde, with hair like that, like truly, blue eyes. It's Tintin, you know. No matter what, he's right there. I don't think that he's a bad person, but at the same time I'm intrigued by how he was presented, the fact that they made a mystery around him, and that parallel, you know, the first half of this episode, the last one being about Twice, a blonde person, you know, we didn't know who he was, and after that, that blonde student, we didn't know who he was. I'm like, is it a parallel? Do I need to see something into how you built the last episode? I don't want to see something into it. I don't want to think that he's, you know, someone else, Toga for sure not, his son or anything like that. Oh, and Toga, I talked about it in one of the preview videos, you know, I don't know which one. The fact that I thought about it during the editing of the exams episode. Camille didn't finish, you know, the second test, so Camille, aka Toga, is gonna go into the same classes, you know, than Todoroki and Bakugo to have her provisional license. Camille / Toga, in fact, is gonna be near to Bakugo and Todoroki soon. Not during this episode, I don't think so, but soon, no matter what. I thought about it. So yes, I really don't know what to expect for this final episode of the season. Something big for sure, it's the final episode, but I don't know what, truly. Like, I'm going into it blindly. I have series about the master being released, about the villains doing something. I don't know, truly. So let's go for it. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you have 4 videos of advance, which means 2 weeks of advance, which means that they are already into the season 4 since a long time, you know, now. On my Patreon, if you guys are interested to have that kind of advance, to have extended and or full reaction videos, for this episode, like for the previous ones, I put so many full reaction part videos, you can imagine. So if you want that, if you want to support me, it could be appreciated. It's on my Patreon, you have the link in the description. Let's go for this episode. This final episode of the season 3. You know that? At least by reputation. But Deku didn't know about this guy, didn't know he was... Oh. Give me a break, Mineta. Eh? Why naked? They didn't win. He's here! Like an elf? Potatoes? You're shy? What? You're one of the big 3 and you're that shy? Amajiki. Okay, I'm gonna learn your name. I can do it. You're only 3. Come on. Amajiki. Amajiki Ado. You have great hair. You're asking a lot of awkward questions, you know, like Ado, Amakiji, Amaji, something like that. No, I'm not gonna make a weird joke. That's your mojo? You didn't see their quirks. Wait. Milio, Ado, Amaji. He's making me think of All Might, you know, for the attitude. What is wrong with you? Also, I love your attitude, Kirishima. Let's see their quirks. What is it with you getting naked each time? See, it's not an invisible thing. I remember, you know, what I said about his quirk earlier. It's more like he can pass through things and all. Which one? Which one? Which hero? I appreciate the fact that you're never showing even his butt, you know. Thanks for that. Yeah. He was waiting to see his quirk. And what? Todoroki, it's not because of that you're not gonna fight.
でも無敵じゃないですか。よせやい。無敵か。例えば素人がプロの技術を見ても何がすごいのかすらわからないように。何かからくりがあると思うよ。戦略の応用でワープしてるのか。どっちにしろ直接攻撃されるわけだから。カウンター狙いでいけばこっちも触れられる時
Do
が
you
ある。
need to catch him when he's attacking one of you?
おお、サンキュー。謹慎焼けの緑。
Rico making a plan? Oh, it's great.
現れるとすれば反応じゃない。俺がここに現れるの。
Yes.
だが必殺ブラインドタッチが出るぜ。
I didn't think that his quill would be that useful, you know. It's really because he's that strong, you know. What about the two of you? We didn't see your quiet.
俺の個性強かった。強すぎた。いや、一つ。全身個性発動すると俺の体はあらゆるものをすり抜ける。あらゆる。
じゃあ俺地面に落っこちてたってこと？
質量のあるものが重なり合うこともできないらしく弾かれてしまうんだよね。これがワープの原理。体の向きに
That's something that you can't control. You're pushed out of here.
個性発動中は肺が酸素を取り込めない。吸っても透過しているからね。ただただ質量を持ったまま落下の感覚だけがあるということなんだ。そんな感じだから壁一つ抜けるにしても片足以外発動、もう片方の足を解除して設置、そして残った足を発動させすり抜け。この個性で上に行くには遅れだけは取っちゃダメだった。
You had to walk really.
何より予測が必要だった。そしてその予測を可能にするのは経験。インターンにおいて我々はお客ではなく一人のサイドキック、プロとして扱われるんだよね。全てが学校じゃ手に入らない一線級の経験。俺はインターンで得た経験を力に変えてトップを掴んだ。
That's a motivational speech.
力にこの力をプロっぽい。
危ないことはさせないようにしてたよね。
インターンはそうじゃないってことか。
No, you're gonna be really useful.
上等だっての。
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be season 4.
セラビ上司を
Yes, he talked French, I.
早く海面取らねえと置いてかれちまう。
Yes.
運用するには大きすぎるデメリット。しかし持てる力を生かす。ただ強い人が雄英のトップにいるんじゃない。
Someone clever
ト
also.
ップを掴んだ人なんだ。
I'm so surprised. This is the final episode of the season? Or maybe I was wrong with that? It doesn't look like it, you know?
グランド問題軸、俺の書店を分析し予測を立てた行動だった。
He understood.
さあが好きそうだ。
So?
ビッグ3からインターンの意義を教わったが、お前らがまだプロの現場に行けると決まったわけじゃない。
It's gonna depend on what?
やるならやるで、マスコミなどへの対応も考えなきゃならん。しばらくは様子見だ。
はい、もしもし。
Gran Torino!
インターン？誰だ君は？グラントリノは受け付けているのかなと。悪いな。俺は別件で動いていて、さあ無理だぜ。
On what?
力持ってても、自分のもんにしても、俺に負けてんじゃねえ。
No, again he's gonna think that she's the worst, the weakest. No.
そういう話なら直接の師匠に相談してやれ。
He's not gonna take anyone?
専念すると息巻いて、オルマイトならいろいろ紹介してくれるんじゃねえか。
Yes.
例えば元サイドキック。
Who?
捜査中の指定ヴィラン団体の若頭ヴィランネオーバーホールに動きがありました。
Overall?
いきなり本拠地連れてくかよ。
Oh, it's overall, it's the bird guy?
あのヴィラン連合と接触があったようです。
よーよー、連れてきたぜ、帰ったぜ。
Toga.
意外といいやつでよ。お前と話させろってよ。
Tomura. Okay, you're all there? I think so. What's your real name? It's overall?
暗がりの中を進み続けていく。次を託されたものと次を託され野に放たれたものが出会うのはそう遠くない未来だ。
That's all? I'm not satisfied. I'm sorry. Okay, that was a great episode, but that's not the final episode of a season. No? Like, maybe I'm too used to watch shows, you know. No, even into other animes, like, I was gonna say maybe I'm too used to watch shows with seasons which are built, you know, to go really with the rhythm of it and the intensity of it, really growing up with the season progressing to end with a big final at the end of the season, maybe sometimes a big cliffhanger and all. And maybe I shouldn't expect that from an anime, but no, I watched a lot of animes, a lot with you guys, and clearly normally, end of a season, you should end with something big. This anime into the last season proved it. And okay, they were not ending with a big cliffhanger and stuff like that. It was mostly peaceful at the end of the final episode. But during the final episode, something big was happening. Like right there, we are lucky to have that little scene at the end with... Overall, I'm not sure that it's truly the name of that villain. These guys, you know, these two heroes were looking for that villain overall, but we're not sure that overall was the bird guy. For now, I'm still gonna name him the bird guy, who met Tomura, the League of Villains, Toga, all of them. We're lucky to have this 1 minute scene, not even 1 minute scene at the end, because all of the rest of this episode was about truly the big three, our students, meeting the big three, fighting with that one, you know, like, okay, it's cool, it's fun, we had a lot of interesting stuff for our guys to learn from it, and it's gonna help them for what is gonna come next, for these work studies, and it was also an introduction about the fact that they're all gonna try to go for it, including Midoriya, and Midoriya asked for Gran Torino to take him, but Gran Torino is occupied with the police. All Might maybe can introduce him to some of his friends, maybe his sidekick, we don't know who was his sidekick. You know, I thought that maybe it was that guy who was well dressed, you know, who went to search for Overall, but I'm not even sure that it was the case. I'm like, cool, it was a cool episode, a nice one, but is it a good final episode of this season 3, which contained a lot of big things? Like, if we have to think about it, this season 3 was epic, with all of the summer training camp, all of this attack, Bakugo getting kidnapped, All Might losing his power, being revealed to the entire world, all of what happened after that, the exam, for the characters, for Bakugo and all. We had a lot of big episodes during the season, but the final episode of the season is not a big one. It's almost a regular one, a funny one. I have to confess that I'm a little disappointed, you know. I expected something more punchy. You know, okay, you can spend the entire first half of the episode and even more than that with the big three fighting that guy, learning from him, it's great. But at least keep, I don't know, the 5 last minutes to introduce something which is going to be important for the future. Like right there at the end, okay, they're introducing something about the villains, about that bird villain and all, but it's really so short in time and so short with the information. I'm not even sure about all of it. Like, I need still confirmation of all of it. So I'm like, it's more, you know, a 1 minute scene at the end for the viewers who already read the manga, who know already the truth, and it's to tease them like, that's it, we're gonna begin that narrative arc. Then really for the viewers like me who didn't read the manga and who are just like, yes, and who are they? Like, all of them, who are they? Huh? Like, you're not really teasing the next season doing that, you're just doing a little thing, a little taste of it for the viewers who already know what is gonna happen. Do you understand what I mean? I'm a little like, it was nice, it was fun, I appreciated it, but I'm lost with the decision to make a final episode like that, but I was also lost with that decision of making a promotional episode for the movie, just, you know, like that, just before the end of the season, and it was by making a funny episode which was not related to the rest of the story, so I was already confused by that choice, so for sure this choice now is gonna confuse me also. Okay, so for the next season we're gonna have the work studies. All of them are gonna have to choose one, have one. They have to use the contacts that they made before. I hope that they're all gonna have one at the end. We're gonna have that. We're gonna have also Bakugo, Todoroki taking these classes, you know, to have their provisional licenses. You know what I think about it. Toga is still officially Kami into that school, and Kami didn't have, you know, the second test of this exam because she was not feeling well, so she's gonna go at the same classes. Like, I really think that we're gonna have Kami back on screen, you know, with Bakugo and Todoroki, and she can take some of their blood. At least I would do that. Like, if I would be the girl, I would do that. I would continue with that lie, with that fake identity. It can be still useful. We're gonna have these villains working together now. We're gonna have Deku working with All Might's past former sidekick. That's gonna be interesting, you know, like, yes, for sure he had some sidekicks at some point and we never saw them, in fact. I hope that Todoroki is not gonna end with Andover again. Bakugo, you know that I'm still hurt by the fact that we never spent any moment, you know, any little second talking about Bakugo who lost his mentor. I mean by that, you know, the guy who was his mentor during his internship, best genius, died. Truly, he died. I thought that we would have at least a little funeral or a little homage to the guy. We didn't have it. And Bakugo, now that we know that he feels so responsible, so guilty about All Might losing his power, about the entire situation and all, he has to feel also guilty about best genius, you know, dying. And the fact that he was the one to take Bakugo into his internship, who tried to change him, to help him and all. I'm still a little mad, hurt, you know, that we didn't have it. But Bakugo, yes, I don't know with whom you're gonna end. The big three, they were nice, but I wanted to see all of their quirks, like these two. We didn't see their quirks. They seemed nice, you know. The girl had a lot of, you know, energy and was really asking obvious, weird questions to everyone. The other one was really shy. It was fun, but I wanted to see their quirks. Okay, I'm still a little confused by this final episode for the season. Maybe, you know, the conversation between Deku and Bakugo should have been the final episode of the season. Okay, the last one was nice with all of these villains that we met and all. But again, the final episode of the season, maybe it was more the conversation with Bakugo and Deku at the end. It's like that, guys. No matter what, me, I just have to wait some days, you know, to begin the season 4, or maybe to watch a special episode or a movie that we have between seasons. I'm gonna check that, don't worry. No matter what, I just have some days to wait when you guys, maybe you had some months, years to wait. It's not gonna be my case. I know that I'm lucky with that. So, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Crazy.